Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTCtv and let us help you show the world your events.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to GT Champions. We are here to watch our Pan Am Racing GT3 Sprint Series. We have had a little bit of technical difficulties here at the start. I am Fry, your host. We have Hicks helping me out. Chris is off today. He is out at a football game enjoying the show. So we are going to get through as we can, and of course we can't forget Eton Veneres, as he is our man behind the scenes that makes it all possible for all of us. And today we are at Zandvoort, round 3 of Pan Am's Racing GT3 Sprint Series. I think we almost are done qualifying. We've got our lap record at a 1:33 by Ben Dorr in a McLaren. Very impressive, especially around this place with the high banks. And just up on round 3, we're at Zandvoort. Next up, Road America, Sebring, Okayama, and finishing it at Mount Panorama. They'll tackle the mountain last. Standings as Alberto Alvarez has really, I think, ran away with the first 2 races, but he did get a bit of a penalty in the second one, so I believe Patrick Brady won that race, so he has moved up in the points. So you see a tight battle between Alvarez, Smith, Brady, and Gray. Ascot, Dilts, Lance, Rise, Felker, and Cannon bringing us up in the rear, as he will only be here for certain races. And coming up with GT Champions, our new series in iRacing will be our GT3, GT4 America Challenge. Begins October 5th. 60-minute races, 10-minute qualifier, 8 races Saturdays at noon. Join us at gtchampions.com. And
Yeah, and also Panam Racing has the Sportcast Challenge at Road Atlanta. This is a 3-hour practice race for Petit Le Mans. So anyone interested in doing this one, check out the link in the description.
the prizes that they'll be fighting for: first place, second place, third place, fourth place, and even fifth place, getting a little something for their trouble. So definitely want to join us and see if you can get your hands on that 30, 25, or even the 20. Especially getting that little trophy. I really like that little trophy. So as we get started, I believe we're finishing up with qualifying now. I think the guys are just finished up. So we have had a bit of an issue with our timing. We're going to do our best to get through, make sure we know where everyone is on track at all times. Zandvoort, definitely a very fast track. I believe it's just a little over 2 miles in length. So hopefully these guys will kind of stay close to help us out a little bit. First race, they were little chaotic. Second race was much better, so I expect a pretty good battle from these drivers after they've been driving together for about 3 races now and practicing as much as they can. And James Rofi and his very pink Lamborghini It looks like he's getting a little loose in the back there. Definitely keeping up. We've got a couple cars just parked over, hanging out in turn one. Uh, yeah, there's my checkered flag moon sticking his hand through the fence there, as we can see him. Kind of hiding from us. We see you down there, buddy. So as they finish up and we get ready to go, I believe they do the entire warm-up. That's correct, picks. All right.
Yes, so we
and
have
picks for their qualifying.
yes, Patrick Brady on pole position, Morgan Smith, Jeremy Escott, James Rolfe, Julian Gray, Davis Tamira, Terry Lance, Seiji Aurelian, Joseph Kronk Jr., Rodney Felker, and Alberto Alvarez, or as I would say, Alberto Alvarez, in last position. So I don't know if they sent him to the back also, because he did not do a qualifying lap. So Alberto got a penalty from the last race and seems to be starting from the pits in this one.
Yeah, I wonder if I guess that's a double whammy, or I wonder if he made that choice.
Yeah, and Patrick Brady with the pole position, so he's gonna have the chance to get
Brady.
closer in the standings.
Yeah, and this is already very tight. We only have, I think, 11 drivers, I think, today. But it does keep for a tighter points race. You know, one race can definitely make a difference in trying to keep up, gaining those top spots, especially that fun little trophy. I like that. I think we're getting on the grid.
Yes, we're very close to. In 5 seconds, you're gonna start seeing cars grid up.
And this place is really fun. If you've never driven this track, I would highly recommend it. Uh, it has like almost a NASCAR style banking turns with the hairpin in the last corner, the S turns, the uphill, the downhills. It's a very fast track, very hard to pass. It's very exciting to see these guys out here, and you don't want to run side by side for sure. But that's the corner right there. That last one you're looking at, that is just the speed that you can come off that place. And as you see those marbles at the top, you run up a little, you might be in the wall coming off of there. Uh, this place is definitely can kind of beat up on you after a while, as it will have to survive the full hour.
All right, I see some cars grid up.
Got a few takers on the grid. I do believe that's either the pace car or Patrick. As they make some last minute adjustments before they get on the grid for their warm-up lap. And we have Chris live saying hello Chris, from live from your football game. I know Chris was hoping for a little bit of rain, but his rain dance is it's a little outdated.
I do see Alberto lining up, gridding up, so at least he's not starting from the pits.
So we believe Alberto might be starting from the pits. Yeah.
No, he has grid up.
Okay, he's on the grid now. Here we go. I think we're waiting on one more driver. One more to finish this last minute adjustments, I guess. Can they work on their cars after qualifying? Do they have a few minutes? That can come in handy.
They have a few seconds usually. In races where you can change the setup, yes, you can change your setup from your qualifying setup to your race setup. But I believe I believe this one is fixed, so they shouldn't be able to change much.
So that's always a different thing when you can't change from your different setups. So maybe you have to run one for the qualifier. Makes things a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Also, folks, don't forget to like, share, send this out. Click the link below. See what other series we got going on. Pan Am Racing, GT Champions. If you're into iRacing, ACC, Pan Am Racing's got you covered. If you want to do GT7, you want to do iRacing, check out GTChampions.com. Different platforms, different lobbies, lots of people to race with, and you'll see a lot of clean racing from these guys, and that's the kind of stuff you're going to see and want to participate in. All right, we are coming down. I think we're about halfway through. Nobody's really warming up some tires, and I don't think they're going to have to worry. In this series, they seem to not really have to worry much about fuel and tire. They kind of have like a big pit window, so they're able to just kind of pit when they want, I think, which is kind of nice. Gives you a little more options for strategy. They go down through the S's. This part is really fun. And if you get it wrong, you end up in the sandy pits. Not a place you want to be, but just great, great time in this track. I love this place and the flow in it. All right, yeah, we're still coming around. I like the liveries. I think everybody's pretty much still running about the same cars. I don't see any difference.
Yeah,
I see the McLaren. We got a couple McLarens. I think we're missing one Porsche. I think somebody switched out of a Porsche.
Yeah, we have a couple new drivers, so there are at least a couple new cars, but no changes, I guess.
I believe that's a Ford back there. Is that the Ford race car that I see back there with the black and yellow? Or is that that's a McLaren? I'm telling you, these cars, the McLarens, you know, the Fords and Chevys, the race cars and stuff, they're hard to tell. Oh, see, it's Ferrari. You know, I'm telling you, some of these paint schemes can be deceiving. And as they're coming around, warming up, oh, I can't wait for this start. This is going to be so much fun going into turn one. Coming around the last corner now, we are getting ready to go green. I believe Patrick is leading us. Who did we have in second? Morgan Smith. I wonder if they're going to follow each other around for 52 minutes again.
Very good question. I hope they do.
Yeah, they were definitely getting after it the last race, 1 and 2 respectively. I think Patrick made his way up just by everyone kind of taking themselves out. And we got a green. We are green. Patrick's going to lead us down. Morgan Smith on the outside. And tied into one. Patrick's going to lead us down. Morgan Smith. And nope, that's just a pace car in the pits. And picked with no timing, it's going to be tough for me to remember which guy's in which car. So, we have our work out. I know, I believe it's Patrick Brady in front. I believe Morgan Smith and who we got in third and fourth.
Jeremy Escott and James Rolfe.
Yeah, Escott and Rovey are coming through in third and fourth. Everybody's single filed out for the first lap. Oh, we got a spin in the back. Somebody went around and no, that's not good. I think he just went to the pits to get his fast fix, if you will.
Yeah.
As we begin, are we on? I think we're on lap 2 now. Or they haven't come around just yet. Not yet. All right, so Patrick's coming around. I'm telling you, this place can get confusing. It's the camera angles. And this place has everything. You got a chicane, you got a hairpin, you've got banking on the turns. It's kind of a wicked place that can throw your car just around as you go. Ink Lambo. I'm gonna have to start calling car names and colors. All right, here is Alvarez. Now is he doing a drive-through? Did he also get a drive-through?
I don't think so. He was just got a 30-second penalty last race, so maybe this is strategy.
So and like we talked about, if he's doing a strategy call here, maybe he's got enough fuel and tire, he's gonna make it to the end from here. It's kind of interesting. Haven't seen anybody do that yet, but we'll keep on see what happens. I think that's an Audi. That's Scott in third. Who's in fourth?
Again, a reminder to those watching, we are not getting data from our timing provider, which means we don't have custom cameras or live timing, so bear with us and also excuse us.
And also we might mention that we're all getting through this together. We're having some technical issues, and today is kind of my first broadcast by myself, so we're all going to just get through this together. We're going to grab the reins. I do believe, all right, so Patrick's still out front. Morgan Smith is in second. Scott is in third. Julian Gray is in fourth, who's in fifth. Rofi and Aurelian. Sophie, I think you said, was the first name. So yeah, a little tough on the timing. Looks like everybody's pretty much gotten a good grip on the track. We haven't really seen any issues other than just one spin so far. Great start from everybody. That stage in right here, I do believe that's the Audi. Yep, that's our lone Audi. So he'll be in it. Here's Lance. And Felker, I do believe Felker is probably about 8th place by now. This timing is gonna kill him. But we're gonna get through this. And here's Kronk, one of our new guys in the Ferrari. I think he's our lone Ferrari as well. And I'll be in 10th now. I'm assuming he did either a penalty stop or he did a strategy stop. We might have to find out at the end of the race, but this guy has come from back after some stuff happened in a race. So this is a guy you want to keep your eye on. He knows how to drive that Porsche. And like the last race we had, we talked about everybody maybe jumping in that Porsche this race, and we're not seeing a lot of that. A lot of people kind of sticking with what cars they wanted to run with. Let's go on board. We go on board with 4th place. Try to hear this car and get his kind of front view on what he's seeing. This place is fast. Right here, this is just throwing the momentum of the car around as you go down the hill. Left, right. Hit the guy in front of you. Small hairpins. Oh, he's going. He's going. Oh, I can't remember. See if he undercuts him. Oh, he is sliding the back of that car just trying to get after him. I think he is full send. I think this whole race is going to be a full send race. I don't think we have anybody sitting back waiting on strategy or trying to conserve any tires for that matter, or maybe throwing sand on the track to disperse their enemies. Oh, this is going to be fun. I think up front, we've still got Patrick up front. Morgan Smith probably just trailing behind him by a little. Everyone's pretty much spaced out for now. This will be tough, and luckily Pix is able to see everyone as they running orders as we go. So you know, we'll be taking some screenshots. And interesting the way, you know, some of these guys take that hairpin. Uh, I've seen a lot of guys want to just stick right to the bottom, take it as tight as they can. And I see guys want to go to the outside. They want to really get that run off the corner. I guess it's the way your car's handling. And oh, he wants to dive him so bad. Oh, he just gave up all that time. He is digging. Keep digging. And it seems like he's just so much quicker right here. But he just can't get off that corner. And is that a McLaren? That's the McLaren in front of us, right? That is a beautiful looking car. I'm telling you guys, if you've never driven this track, you definitely need to get on one of these cars and just take a few laps around here. This part right here is probably the funnest part on the track that you'll see, especially if you ever get in a side-by-side battle. Pix, how much time do we have left? We have 45 minutes remaining. Long way to go for these guys, but I guess our big question will be Alvarez in the back, if that was a pit stop or a penalty stop, because he does not seem to be driving to the front like we've seen him in the past.
No, in fact, he's 26 seconds behind Patrick.
And I think he's losing time to the car that was in front of him, because I remember he came out, he was a lot closer. So I guess he's just gonna ride. Oh, here's our battle for third. I think we found our two guys that are gonna follow each other this time. 45. You said 45 minutes to go, guys. Another battle. Our Audi is moving up. Who's in the Audi? Was that Stage? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the station. That's much quicker and easier for my English language to pronounce. Saying. The saying. And Fajita was the Fajita was the best anyway. I'm making a list and checking it twice. That's how we're gonna get through this.
Yeah. So Alberto is getting closer to Rodney. The gap is 4 seconds now.
4 seconds to go, all the way up
to Rodney in the BMW.
But I wonder. So Rodney's in our BMW. I think he's our lone BMW, I believe.
Sorry, that's Terrell. In the Rodney's in the Castrol McLaren.
There. See, Pix, we can get through this. We can find a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. Just like these drivers are going to get through this race.
Yes, sir.
And he is. Yeah, you're right. He is getting a lot closer. And it's going to be tough, you know, if we're not kind of seeing one guy, maybe they sneak into the pits, but I guess we'll see if, you know, maybe they drop off by a lot. But if, you know, these guys are going to lose it. If he can drive all the way from the back again, we're going to have to put a handicap on him. Maybe less fuel with us. folks writing stuff down as we go, so I know where everyone is and what they're doing.
Oh, so you're going
Alberto
old
has
school, note and paper. Nice.
notes and paper are always nice because you can cross stuff out. You can draw arrows to stuff, maybe some circles in there, it's a lot quicker. I do believe Brady's still up front now. He looked to be pulling away from Morgan Smith. I don't see him. There he is, barely in the camera angle. Wow. So I think Mr. Brady seems to really like this track. Morgan Smith looks like he's kind of sliding it back into that Mercedes. And you got Escott coming up in third, last podium position in his McLaren. Julian Gray, who is, I do believe, also in the McLaren. Rafi is in the Lamborghini. And then in the Audi. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now, I think for the most part, since they've started this race, they've kind of been in the same position. So we'll definitely have to see how all these pit stops are going to work out as people come through. But yeah, I wonder if Alberto's he's gotten a lot closer, and he is pulling away now from that McLaren. So he has gained 3 seconds because I think we said it was 26. He was 26 seconds back. Oh, 39. Wow. So he has definitely began his run from the rear to the front. A lot of these guys might have to take some defensive maneuvers if they plan on keeping him back there. But we've seen in the first 2 races, this guy has major pace. He's got this Porsche just dialed in. It's always fun to watch him come from the back, but you don't like it if you're the guy who's passing. Rodney. And there he is. There's Joseph.
David Tamira retired, so.
And that was one of our new guys, I believe. Davis was one of the new guys. So we won't have to keep check on him too much. I believe that was our one car for the wreck. That was the yellow car. Yeah. It was either a Lambo or an Audi. Yeah. It all happened so fast, but that's been our action so far in this race, is having a little disgruntlement in the rear that I think that's what kind of separated everybody. But as their pace has started to show, they've all kind of settled in. It looks like our battle for podium position between these two is sort of fizzled out. But it also looks like our third place is kind of making a run toward that second place position. As these guys, I believe now we're probably getting into about 35 minutes to go, getting close to our halfway mark. So they'll definitely want to fix in on their strategy as they keep going and pushing these cars. And it's always fun to try to watch this guy run from the back. So he's passed 3 cars, I believe, because he was last when he came in for his pit stop that we don't know what he came in for yet. Because he was only in there for a second. So there's no way he took like tires and any really fuel. So I don't know. I'm assuming these guys can't make it the whole way on this race. Oh, hi, I see you over there, Chris. Yes, I can draw some hearts. What's up, Mr. Dilts? And hello, Jack. All these guys are pushing hard. I really want to see, especially when they come in the pits, I want to see the fuel and if somebody's pushing a little harder on tires. And Alberto is about to claim another victim. I believe this will be his fourth one. Do you believe that staging in the Audi? Oh, tight. Just listen to that portion when he puts the power down. This thing handles so good through the turns. Just take a little ride on board and see if he kind of gets him coming out of this last corner. A long run down the straightaway. I think he's going to get him going into turn one. That Audi's holding his own. Oh, careful. 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 Good job. Awesome. Nice pass. And you know, the similarities between those two cars, they're both known for really having, and here we go, two different lines, one taking the bottom, one taking the top. It really looks like you get a better run coming off that top side. You got a killer run coming through there. That Audi is always known for just great traction. He is, how's that? Julian Gray. He is definitely the guy. I keep forgetting his name. I apologize, Julian. But he has been all over E. Scott's rear end. And it looked like E. Scott was catching back up to Morgan Smith, but now he is sort of calm back in the grips. I wonder if we're really starting to see maybe a difference in these tires and which car you have and how hard you drive, and really starting to make a difference. Oh, and Nigel's joined us. Hello, Nigel. Thanks for coming in. Morgan Smith, Julian Gray, and E. Scott all getting close. So I think Mr. Brady in our Ford Mustang, the OP, as I like to call it, has kind of cleared away from this pack. I think he's 6 seconds up the road now. 8 seconds. Okay, see, I was being generous. So I think Mr. Brady has kind of figured out something with that Mustang. And he's going to give Alberto a little run for his money with that championship. Always impressive to see a Mustang out front. My personal favorite. I'm sure you all have your favorites, but what is great is we have a Mustang, Mercedes in second, two McLarens running third and fourth, a Lamborghini, and an Audi in fourth and fifth. So these guys are just a little spaced out, but there we go. Another victim. Alberto is coming. And these guys aren't moving over. They are definitely making him earn every spot. And giving him a little challenge. I don't know if it is possible. If he could make that car pink. Oh, he's going to overshoot. Oh, that was cheeky. That was cheeky. Oh, that was close. And, you know. 22 seconds all the way to Brady. So he has taken that gap from 39 seconds all the way down to 22 seconds. So he is making some ground, but he's got another 6 seconds before he catches his next victim. And I do believe we should be close to halfway. Pix, what's our time? Are we at about 30 minutes? All right, we're just coming up on halfway. And some of the series we've watched and some of the series we've done, we see a lot of guys just do right at the 30-minute mark. We see guys maybe coming a little sooner, a little later than others.
Uh-huh.
This series, I have seen them come in very early, middle of the race, late in the race. It seems like everybody kind of can pick and choose where they want to come in. So interesting to see how far everybody's going to push the car. And here's our two McLarens still following each other around. And there's not a lot of drafting on this track. You're not going to get a big slipstream. You're not going to tuck in and maybe save fuel, even if you don't need it. Maybe you can get ahead of the guy in front of you by saving a little bit. But the track really is, you're just on and off the throttle so much. And I believe we might see a few cars go a lap down. Oh, Morgan, hang on. Now, if we can get Smith in a Ford Mustang, I believe he would be faster. We just have to see if we can make that happen. He's still running that high line. Loves that high line through there. And Pix, how fast is he running than anyone else?
His last lap was 1 minute 34 seconds to 40, while Patrick did 1 minute 34 seconds 720.
Oh, that's one of our new guys right there going a lap down.
So yes, half a second faster than Patrick.
But half a second. I mean, he's still got like 30 minutes, and he has taken that. I mean, he's almost taken 20 seconds out of that lead that he had, I believe.
Yes, and we're on lap 15 with 29, 30 minutes now gone. So we're gonna go for another 15 laps, maybe 16 because we did the out lap. So yeah, if he can cut half a second for 15 laps more, I think it's gonna be close. Plus Patrick's pit stop, of course.
Oh, definitely so. I think Patrick and our guy Alberto are probably just pushing as hard as they can, because we have seen Alberto's aggressiveness kind of got him in a little bit of trouble in the last race.
Yeah, and the gap is still 22.4 seconds, so the gap is not closing now.
Oh, so I wonder if Alberto has maybe used up a little bit of those tires to get where he is right now, which would beg the question if he's going to pit one more time or if he's going to try to run this thing to the end, because we're assuming that everyone else is going to make a pit stop eventually. But I still say he had a penalty stop in the beginning. I think that was like a stop and go.
Yeah, and if it was a stop and go, no fuel, no tires, so he'll have to stop. But we'll see. Let's see.
Oh. So he'll definitely be pushing to get back up. And has he made it to sixth place or fifth place?
Fifth.
Has made it to fifth. See, Pix, I can count even without the timing. I'm still counting.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
We got this. And then I know we have unfortunately, our new guy. He looks like he's struggling a little bit. That's what comes in handy, is just get on track, get some track time. Don't worry about where you finish. The more you race with these guys, the more you go up there and find out these tracks, start getting a little routine in, you're going to get faster. So, you guys out there, don't get discouraged. Just keep driving. You're going to get faster. If you don't make mistakes, you never learn. That's how these guys up front, I wasn't great in the first race. I don't think he could keep it on the track in any turn. And now this guy's out front leading.
Yeah.
So absolutely, guys, never get discouraged, never give up. Just keep pushing. We got lots of stuff for you to do. Trust me. And there's our leader out front. I would say just kind of sitting back driving, but I think he is. One, he's got that thing just tuned in. You don't see it sliding at all. He has got it moving. But he's pretty much just kind of enjoying himself out front. You know, I bet Morgan Smith wishes he was following him around this time. But we'll see. It's interesting to watch different cars. I've watched the F1 cars here. I don't know if any of you have seen them, but if you watch that race, when they go too wide through right here, it's just incredible to watch them with that speed. That's really were the first cars I ever watched on this track. I don't know if the Group 3 cars go here in real life. But that's one thing I love about sim games is if they do, if they don't, you can go get a car, you can go get a track, and you can go drive whatever you want on that track for the most part. And that's what makes racing fun. But watching, I wish I could run and watch racing all day, but I haven't found anyone to pay me to do it yet. I'm still working on it. Oh, nice camera angle. Appreciate the logo. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. Love the sound of that Mustang. Oh, I love the sound of that car. Ah, it's beautiful. And he has just got a monster lead. I don't even see Morgan Smith anymore. What's he up to? About 15 now?
11.
11. Oh, and counting. Now, here's the thing. Morgan Smith has not been able to drive away from them two. And I do believe I saw Mr. Alberto in the background back there making his run. There he is. Mr. From the Back is on his way to the front. Oh, you know, if this guy could start in the front, he'd probably just run away. He seems to like the challenge. Just confirmed the GT3 cars do run here. What series? Do you know what series runs here? The WEC?
DTM and Porsche Cup, official
Porsche Cup.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, there's only so much you can watch and only so much you can keep up with. Because do you really want to watch it or do you want to be on here racing it? That's what we all want to do. That's what we need the time for. Need more understanding lives. For all you married guys. And there's Morgan Smith, still trucking along. Is he extending his gap from the guys behind him? It looks like he's gotten a little further away. About
barely, yeah.
So these guys are all pretty close together.
Oh, now we have Alberto pitting.
Oh, so we officially know now he did take a penalty pit stop early in the race, and with what I believe would be a stop and go, and now he will get some fresh tires, some more fuel. We have our other BMW.
Maybe
Is that the BMW?
Maybe just fuel. I didn't see the car lift for tires, just like the BMW did. Did you see?
Okay. Yeah. So he did not take tires.
Yeah. See how the BMW will come down?
Yeah.
Alberto's car did not do that.
Yeah, I didn't see his car jump up. I think he just took fuel. That is an interesting decision.
Exactly.
I don't care what sim you're driving. I want tires.
Yeah.
I am I'm not known as the tire whisperer. As far as fuel goes, my nickname is Vapors. So, we can get her done.
Fry, how many nicknames do you have?
Too many. Probably a few that can't be said on these airwaves.
Okay.
Uh, well, you can't nickname yourself, and Fry is the only nickname I gave myself.
Okay.
But in my defense, truckers can, give themselves a handle. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
But in real life, my nickname is my last name. And it's weird because that's kind of what I go by, unless I'm at work. It's pretty much if I meet somebody out in a social event, I go by my last name all the time.
So people just call you Jeter?
That's it.
And are you a fan of the
Everyone
Yankees? Please tell me you're a fan of the Yankees.
I am a fan of the Tampa Bay Rays, my friend.
Okay, I see.
I don't follow baseball too much, but if I'm gonna pull for a team, I might as well go for the team that's also my football team. But I'm a weird one. I'm also a Penguins fan and a Penn State fan. So I am
see.
just like my driving. I'm all over the road.
Got it.
And I do. So he's now pit. Now, how far back did Alberto drop?
One position, but 25 seconds, 27 seconds to Patrick, because the gap is now 50 seconds. So that's just not gonna happen.
And he didn't take tires, so he's got to make these things last all the way through. Let's jump up to Patrick and see if maybe he's getting ready to pit. You gotta have about 25 minutes left. So he should be pitting
20 minutes, yeah.
soon. 20 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, that is for sure. As in his nice livery. Is that that's SRC, right? It's not the Hybrid livery.
Yes, Patrick is Team Hyper.
Okay, it is the Hybrid livery, see. I figured from, but I haven't seen one in a minute. See, he's got a good team, great car. He's just got it working for him. And who is this in our BMW again?
Terry Lantz.
Oh, Terrell's in the BMW. So, and he is on the edge of getting lapped. But I believe he's already made his stop. So all he's got to do is wait for Patrick to stop now. He should be clean and clear. And I believe we only have one car lap. So I think we have 9 cars on the lead lap.
We have 2 lapped cars.
2 lap cars.
Joseph here and Seijin left.
Okay. Sajin has left the session, so that is unfortunate. But you know what? Look, I got our new guy still tracking on. He looks like he's doing a lot better. He's done, made a few adjustments through the race on his driving, so he's really picking it up.
Yeah, doesn't look bad at all. You can tell he doesn't have the same pace as the guys up front, but he looks consistent in his own laps. So
I tell these guys this story all the time. When I first joined Team RWB, I was 44 seconds behind dead last. And the first race I did, I was terrible. Give it a year later, I'm out running most of them, especially BP. I see BP. But, when persistence and just learning is the best thing you can do for racing.
Yep.
Yeah, man, you can't drift in that car, Morgan. It's not made to do that. Look at it, he is slow. Don't hit the sign. I think somebody needs some new tires. That is amazing. I know this sim works a little bit different from maybe even ACC or Gran Turismo. And the way the tires work, the hotter you get them, the more they burn up. he looks like he's pretty much drifted those tires off his car, whereas Alberto didn't change tires. So I'm fascinated by his way to get those tires all the way to the end. And I see you, Nigel. If you ever show up to race, I might be able to outrun you more. You know, we do this thing every Tuesday. So we've got probably about 15 minutes left. And these guys, can they make it all the way, or do they have to pit? I guess that would be a good question. They don't have to pit if they don't want to, do they?
I think they have to.
Yeah, so even, as we call it, a compulsory stop, is just sort of makes you stop, take some tires and fuel. That's so amazing just to come in and not take tires. I'm a big fan of tires until I put them on my car. Yeah. So he has got to be stopping pretty soon. Ah, so pretty. And of course, we got to give a shout out to the Red Panda Network. Absolutely a great organization working with animals, saving animals. If you want animals, make sure to visit Red Panda Network. Also, any local animal shelters or just anything. Help the pets. Everybody needs a home.
Yes, sir.
Just no. Now, so Jeremy's pitting out.
Let's see if he
In
goes
that
up
last
for tires.
So Morgan pulled out a good bit from the guys behind him. He is definitely going to take some tires. Now, they have the option. What is the option on your tires? Can you take left sides, right sides, fronts, backs? Do you have options, or?
For these cars, it's all four.
Okay.
That's a very good question. I have to
Yeah, so if
confirm
you're-
that, but for these cars, should be all four.
If you change tires, no choice, you're taking all four. But with the game itself, that's a cool option. I've seen the first time I ever saw that was V8 Supercars. I came in, changed one tire. Another guy came in and changed like his front tires. Growing up being a NASCAR fan, it was always left and right. That's all I ever knew. So it was interesting to see guys do that in races and then see how it would affect their cars driving. Always awesome. And the tanks might be limited, so they at least have like maybe a certain amount of fuel they have to put in the cars each round. I'm not sure if that changes each round. And I do believe, is that Rodney in our McLaren?
Yes.
Yeah.
P7.
So I believe, and he's in 7th, I believe our top 3 have not pit yet.
We did see Jeremy Escott pit, but he kept 3rd place. So I think James has pit as well.
Yeah, Julian had to
James
pit.
has overtaken Jeremy now, but James has
Okay.
to pit.
Yeah. So we're within 15 minutes, I believe now. So they're
Yes, sir.
coming right down to the end.
Yes.
And it says that you can choose whatever tires you want to change. So
There you go.
it's always interesting if somebody changes like a right rear only. But I've seen it in NASCAR, it worked.
Yeah. That's something you can do in
balance out your
NASCAR
car.
for sure. Here, I don't know if it's too even worth it.
Well, we did a race Tuesday for gentlemen's at the Daytona, and of course the Ford Mustang. Not to give it some more props, of course, was the OP car as it comes into the pits right now. And we saw that my car seemed to feel better once the tires wore off a little bit. The problem was they wouldn't stay there.
Patrick, is he gonna get tires? No. Looks like
Oh
he's
no.
not gonna get tires.
And Jack says you should never take all four. Jack, I'm gonna have to disagree. As a tire burner myself, I like all four tires on that car. So we're gonna need tires. So I believe he did. Did he take tires and fuel?
No, just fuel.
Just fuel. So yeah. All right, we got a few tire conservers in the field now. Morgan has not come in yet. There he goes. So he's coming in. Are we within? We under 10 minutes?
Yeah, 12 minutes. 12 minutes to go.
Minutes to go. How much I'm burning the tires, Jack? Stop?
He didn't stop, so he must have got a penalty. A drive-through penalty. He didn't stop.
Huh. That is interesting.
Alberto Alvarez is up to P3 now.
Alberto has made his third podium. I think this one he's not going to stand on top of. Believe we might have a guy that's kind of got that locked up, but he's got about 11 more minutes for me to kind of lock that in.
Yeah. Gap is 44 seconds from Alberto to Patrick. And James is right in the middle of them both, but I think James has to pit.
So James will put 44 seconds to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and I'll still say pretty sure because it ain't over until it's over. Always remember that. I'll get too a little too confident. Nez
maybe a penalty?
Again?
A penalty this time?
Just driving through. He's driving through.
Drive-through. Wow. And there goes Alberto.
And here comes Albert. Oh, come on. That is gonna, now he's gonna get him for sure. Oh, wow. So wonder what that drive-through was for. So they're getting penalties in the race because this wouldn't be from last week, right?
No, has to be off tracks.
So if they have too many limits.
Yes, or maybe pit lane entrance or pit lane exit line, maybe. But that's so definitely a live penalty.
Yeah. So they've got pit penalties, they've got track penalties, and you know what? I like that move right there. Let's give Joseph a little credit there. I know he's off track, but that's just moving out of the way to let these guys go through. Awesome move, Joseph. Thank you so much. We love to see stuff like that. The only person who doesn't want to see that right now is Brady, who would recommend you do a swerving maneuver down the straightaway to help him out. But we don't condone it. And yeah, it looks like he's probably getting hit with the incidence points, so that is what's causing him to have to, why we're seeing a couple drive-throughs in the race. We know this guy had a little mishap from the last race, so I think he got hit with a double whammy. But as long as he doesn't have to serve a drive-through, these two are pretty equal. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to come out. Now, Morgan's back in fourth now, or did he get the third place? Oh, he's fifth. Oh, sixth. Wow. So he never pit though, did he? He just did the drive-through.
Yeah. I think he pitted, and he's now P5 because James has pitted now, so he recovered P5. But I think he has both done his pit stop and also the penalty.
Pit stops, penalties. Yeah, the penalties will ruin you. Absolutely destroy your race. So definitely interesting. And now Julian is still on the podium. So that would, I believe Patrick is in second. And I'm sure he's not happy about that. And Alberto has somehow come all the way from the back and is right now standing on top of the podium. So he's making it interesting, that is for sure. What's his name? That's Julian. And I believe that's so. Julian has finally gotten around Escott after half the race. And I think, man, it is interesting to see who these guys maybe used up their cars, got too many penalties, really shaking up this race. These guys were all pretty close together just a little while ago. I think we are down to about 7 minutes. So getting close, probably down to our last, I believe, 4, maybe 5 laps.
I guess something happened to Patrick because Julian has overtaken him. Do you want us to go back?
Yeah,
let's go back.
Let's see if we can see it. We got to see what happened. He came in again. Yes, he
came
did
in
it again.
Wow.
Patrick, we're going to have a chat, bud.
Yeah.
All right, back to live. Sorry, folks. Oh, so now.
Yeah, that's the only way we can do replays tonight. And again, to everyone watching, apologies because our live timing service is not working tonight. It's not providing data for us tonight, so we are without live timing, just these ones.
But we have a battle for the last podium spot. Julian Gray. Gray's too hard. Oh, that's going to be another one. Oh, you can't. Come on. I mean, nice drifting skills. I got to give props. But he wants that podium spot. This guy had a win wrapped up and has absolutely had his race destroyed by penalties. And it is one of the reasons I drive the way I do, is to never make a mistake or get a penalty, because it infuriates me for some reason.
Whoa!
Be too brave, and it looked like Julian got too hard on the brakes. I think he went too high up in the corner. And I can't tell if Patrick's trying to give him the spot back or fight for it. Oh! God, he is just no dirt tires on the car, man. Come on. Oh, look at this. This battle's heating up. Three-way battle for the last podium spot. Alberto out front. Who was in second? I forgot.
Julian, and remember, Julian. Patrick didn't change tires on his pit stop, so Julian and Jeremy have better tires than Patrick.
Oh. And there's Morgan Smith coming in the background. Oh, these guys are getting after it. What do we got? Picks 3 minutes?
5 minutes. Four now.
5 minutes. 4. What lap are we on coming around this time?
31.
31. See, we thought we were only going to do 15 more laps. They still got 4 more laps to go. Oh, this is epic. Go. Three-way battle. Scott goes inside. He's looking. Oh, I think he's going to back off. No, he's going to take it. So Patrick up to third. Escott in fourth.
Second.
Julian.
Patrick's up to second.
Second.
Yeah.
Ah, so second. Patrick in second. And there we go. Escott has now reclaimed his third. Julian back to fourth. And here comes Morgan Smith trying to make a run. If he can get by these two guys in the next 3 laps, he will get that final podium spot. Oh, this is a battle. And again, an interesting question for Mr. Penalty Patrick is he going to get another penalty for that little off excursion that we saw?
Good question.
And they're coming up, I believe, on some lap traffic right now. But we have seen Mr. Joseph be very nice and just kind of get out of the way of these guys racing. So very respectful driving, and we always appreciate that. 4-way. Look at this. All the way at the end, these guys are all kind of close together. Penalties played a little part. That's okay. More good racing for us. Let's be selfish. Oh, looking back. I believe this is our lap car. Now, he's doing his best to get out of the way, and that's a good job of doing it, but it's always hard in a place. Try to pick good places straight away. Just let off early. Oh, I love that turn. I just want to do that turn over and over. It's just way too much fun. Also, folks, please remember, I know we're almost toward the end, but please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, come race with us. We are always busy doing something and have something for you. Oh, so weird. Just a few more laps to go. And these four have kind of got where they need to be, except from Morgan Smith. I think he wants those 2 places back. It's interesting, the guys that took tires and the guys that didn't. Very interesting. It's just, as Jack was saying, he wouldn't take all the tires. I'm taking every tire I can get.
Same.
I've seen so many races where I figured, yeah, I'd be fine to the finish. Man, 3 laps of the end, I got nothing left. I'm getting ran over. And Morgan Smith he's gonna die. Oh, he's pushing. See, that is weird. That was interesting. I figured he was really gonna dive him in there. Great racing. And Julian and Morgan. East got up into 3rd and Patrick in 2nd. I believe that Patrick has absolutely driven away now that he has that 2nd spot. And I know we've had those last 2 guys, unfortunately, will not make it to the end. Bad things can happen in racing, we understand, but always try to stay on track and keep driving. Here's our leader out front again. And we getting away or no? So I believe this is our last lap. Possibly he might. What's the lap times? Because he might be able to make it back around. He won't make it around. So this is our last lap. Alberto's just got to bring it home. I know 3 other drivers that are really hoping he likes to go play in the sand on the last lap. Maybe he thought this was the, celebration lap. And Morgan Smith has gotten by Julian. So he will get that 4th place spot unless Mr. Julian has something to say about that. Oh, I know Morgan's probably going to be a little upset. He probably really wanted that podium spot, I'm going to guess. I feel like, I think Patrick's penalties kind of took him down. He had such a big lead. And this is definitely not over yet as they fight. Last lap, last few corners, last chance. Oh, he's sliding. I'm telling you, he's been drifting this car for, 59 minutes. He's gotten a lot of practice. There's our winner coming down. Oh, no checkered? Didn't see checkered. Yeah, I wonder where Patrick's been getting all his penalties at. He really likes getting that sand. And And I'm not seeing our checkered flag. I thought this would be our last lap.
Yeah, should be, yeah.
And without the timing, is it gonna know when the end is?
Well, I see the session timer here in iRacing, and we've gone over an hour and 2 minutes, 55 seconds, and now 1 minute 3 seconds. So, unless we are getting the time from the outlap, the
Yeah, that is very confusing.
maybe we have one more lap to go. We'll see.
We got a few more, one more. Either way, this guy's ready to get this thing over with. He really wants to win this race again. That's a guy who's really upset that he's not going to win this race. He is just, man, he is drifting that car all over the track. All right, we'll see. Do we get his time? A flag, or do we get a flag? No? No flag. I think the guy just put it away. He's not, I think he's on the TikTok or something. But these guys are just, I know Patrick and Morgan, I know they wanted to be just up there, but I think Morgan's got just too much of a loose rear end. He's been drifting that thing around the whole racetrack. And Patrick just, man, he had that car locked in, but he just couldn't stay out of the sand enough. And Alberto is still out front. As we come down to our last few minutes, few laps, I believe. I think we're going to get there. I do apologize again, folks, if you're tuning in. We have lost our timing, so we are getting through. We do know all positions and where people are, so we do have... Oh, look what just popped up on the screen. We just got our timing. Look at us go. It only took about 48 minutes for it to download.
Dude, we're getting with 1 minute to go. Wow. Come on.
1 minute to go. Our timing has come back on, folks.
Okay.
We are bringing it to the end.
Tell the guys to grid up. We're doing it from the beginning. Come on. Look at that. Wow.
Awesome. 40. So, this will be the last lap right now as he comes around. Oh, wait. He does, or does he have to come around one more time before I say that?
Let's wait and see. Here we go.
Yeah, that's because usually the timer runs out and then the race will be over. But folks, it has been a evening. So Alvarez, Brady, Escott, Smith, Gray, Rolfe, Lance, Felker, Kronk, Arilyn, and Tamira are your top 11. With the last two, I believe in those last two, I think those are our new guys. I think Kronk's a newer guy, correct? Kronk? Yeah, those are our new guys. Everybody else pretty much running. It says 0 to go. We are getting a white flag and a checkered flag. So he is coming down to the last turn now. That is awesome. You gotta love the timing there, Fitz.
Yeah.
The timing of, you gotta love the timing of the timing.
Yeah.
It's all about timing.
Yeah. They're getting an email from us for sure. I mean, we love their stuff, but they're getting an email from us tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you
know
go.
what?
Checker flag.
And here he comes. I thought he was going in the pits for a minute. All right, we got a checker this time. Alberto Alvarez is your winner. And here comes Patrick for his second place. He's going to be really hurt about that win, but man, what a good drive. Great car. Escott comes home in third. And what was that? I think I think Brady has ended it all after this race. We may not see him the next race. We're gonna need some flowers. Oh, wonderful. Oh, look at that. I'm loving seeing this as Felker. Here's Lance saying something on the radio as he comes in. He will come home in 7th place. Felker behind the Castrol McLaren. Now, Chris wants us to do a whole new race after this is over, so we're going to do a whole new one right after this is over, just so you guys know.
Yes, sir.
I'm kidding, we're not.
Yes, sir. And hope the timing is live for that
Yeah.
one. Shout out to all these guys for finishing the race and being here tonight, and shout out to you, Fry, for doing a whole race with no timing except for the final lap.
Hey, we just, sometimes you got to reach deep, and that's what we did today, and we got through it. And I appreciate the kind words, my friend. And also, yeah, massive shout out to these guys. Everybody did a great job. One instance just at the beginning, our replay was a little messed up. We'll go back and look. I'm sure they'll do a little stewarding, as they say, and we'll find out. But Alvarez, Brady, Escott, Smith, Gray, all the gang, great job. And a few donuts from our winner. And we got replay now. Can we go back and see what happened to our man Brady? 'Cause I think he just ended into turn 1. I'm pretty sure he did not hit the brakes.
Let me see if we can find that. Um,
So yeah. Well, we're pretty sure he ran it into there as hard as he did bounce off the wall a good bit. So congratulations to our winner. And if I believe we'll have people in for our interview shortly. In our final race, Alberto brings it home from the back, drives from last to first. Jeremy Escott will come home in second. And I believe Morgan Smith will now get third. Julian Gray fourth. James fifth. Harris is in sixth. Rodney Felker seventh. Patrick Brady has dropped down to eighth in one lap down, so I think he had a massive penalty on that last lap or at the end. Joseph Cronk in ninth, Stajan in 10th, and David in 11th. Switching now. All right, let's see if we can get. There we go. See if we can get Alberto, Jeremy, or Mr. Morgan Smith to join us in the booth. I know Mr. Smith will usually hop in pretty quick. Might be a little frustration in this race, so we understand. But good racing by everybody. Whew. Well, that was fun. Let's see, first broadcast timing. Yeah, we got, and we still got through this thing. Because that's how good we roll at GT Champions. Oh, great racing, everybody. He just messaged the drivers to see if they would like to talk about their fun race. And coming GT Champions International GT Series. Our pro drivers will be in the GT3s. The AM drivers will be in the GT4. Pro AM drivers, excuse me, will be in the GT4s. Begins October 5th. Open series, 60-minute race, 10-minute qualifying, 8 races on Saturdays at noon. Sign up, join, register. Make sure you got your cars and your parts. Going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people in it. Please join us. Mr. Patrick, you are the only man in the booth. What would you like to talk about, my friend? Because that was an
Nothing.
interesting race.
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm surprised to see you about in the interviews, but we will ask. I mean, was it the penalties, my friend?
Yeah, I just got 2 drive-throughs. Just being a dumbass.
Was it the
Crossing
last
the white
corner?
line on exit.
We were, look, there's a lot of sims out there and they all have, and I saw you get close to it, but to me you didn't drive over it, but you know how the games are. So I
I
guess
didn't
you
think
just
I
kind of
drove over
nicked
it
it.
either, man.
So,
But to have it happen
sometimes.
twice is ridiculous, bro. I'm
Yeah,
so
we
disappointed.
had to go back and look. We're like, what'd he do? And then all of a sudden we just see you coming out of the pits. We're like, oh no, not again.
Yeah, bummer,
So,
man.
well,
It's a bummer.
yeah, you can always get the frustration out, maybe just yell at the screen. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
we never want to do anything to our equipment.
Well, it's just a good thing my mic wasn't hot when that stuff happened. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys usually turn their mics off when they race for that reason. So, but I mean, great race up until that point. I mean, you really had the car dialed in. We didn't see you sliding all over the place like you were in the past rounds. So, just great car, and always, you're driving the Ford, man. I'm always gonna pull for you.
Thank you, sir. Hey, man, this thing makes me want to go buy a Mustang. I swear to God.
Well, that's not. Well, any shout outs they want to give?
I mean, shout out to Jeremy getting on the podium. Shout out to Albie for the inevitable, always finding a way to win. And shout out to you guys for putting on a show for us in the booth. Really appreciate it. I know everyone does at home. So thank you guys.
Always. We'll see you.
Congrats on last week's win, Patrick.
Hey, that's not the way I want to win. It's hard to feel any pride in it.
Yeah, sure.
After this
sure.
week, after this week, you really feel bad about stealing one?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this is probably the end of the championship. Like, this was probably my best opportunity to gain points on Albie. And
Absolutely.
I blew it, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough.
Hey, still got 4 rounds to go, I believe. 4 or 5 rounds. So you got time, plenty of time, and a lot of good tracks out there coming up. So you'll get them.
We'll see. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
No worries. All right. Let's jump over to, I believe, Jeremy.
What's up, Chuck?
Jeremy, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How was your interesting, fun race of kind of going from second to third to fourth to back up to second again?
I just drove, man. I don't know. I just put laps in and wherever I ended up. That's where I would
Funny.
be.
You and I believe it was Julian were just nose to tail pretty much first half of the race, and looked like he was kind of going to get you. He was really pushing hard to get around you. So great drive to keep that position and not only earn it back in the second half.
Yeah, he was a lot quicker than me for sure, but I think he was just saving fuel and being polite, basically, until yeah.
I figured you just had a really wide car.
Mm, no, not then. If he was gonna send it, I probably would have just let him because that's what I do.
Yeah, it's always clean racing, always fun racing, but everybody's, when it comes down to those spots, it's like, look, it's the last lap, we'll battle for it, but I'm not going to take you out. So we always appreciate the good, respectful, clean driving. But you throw a bumper in there, let them know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Any shout outs you got for us?
No, not tonight, bud.
All right, man. We will see you next week.
All right, take care.
Y'all too.
Thanks.
And our winner, our Mr. Drive from the back. There he is, doing what he loves to do. What's up, Mr. Alberto?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Oh, we're probably about as good as you can do. We figured
Yeah.
maybe you were counted out on this one.
Oh, after the incident in lap one, I thought I was never gonna win it. But
Oh,
Patrick deserved it completely, and small mistakes.
So did you have a penalty, or did you just come in to like fix some damage real quick in the beginning?
Oh, in lap one, I got a meatball for an incident in turn 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did the replays. We didn't know you got any damage from that, so it sort of just looked like you had a stop and go penalty. Because you kind of just pulled and right back out again. So we just figured you had a penalty.
Yeah, no, just a meatball, unfortunately. Like the car
Well,
felt fine, but you know how the game is.
and you made the whole race with no tire change, one set of
No,
tires.
no, that tires were fine all
That's
throughout the
impressive.
race. Yeah.
I think it all depends on the driver.
I mean, these tires are made to go an hour, but
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
can burn them up pretty easily, depending
Well,
how you
yeah,
drive.
I'm not much of a tire connoisseur, so yeah, I'll be the judge of how long some tires last. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
But man, great race. Once again, watching you come all the way from the back up to the front. One of these days you will start up front, and I hope these guys got something for you, give you a little challenge.
yeah. I mean, hopefully next race gonna be there in position from the start, and maybe have some fun with Patrick and Morgan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me, I think after today they're ready to give you a fight for that championship.
Yeah. Well,
You got any shout outs for us, bud? Any celebrations?
I mean, as always, shout out to John for organizing and hosting the series, Pan Am, you guys for broadcasting, and Patrick for being a good friend that shares the truck with. And unfortunately, today I got him from him, but yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, everybody. Always a great job for everybody. You guys always do a good job. I know the first race was a little rough, but all of you have really come around and just clean, respectful driving. So always, my shout outs are to you guys for always putting on a good show for us. So thank you to all the racers. Your next round will be round 4, Road America, October 18th. Make sure you guys are there. So I think you're going to get a little break next week. And so we should be back in like 2 weeks. That's a fun race. One of my favorite places to go. If you thought Danforth was going to beat you up, wait till you go to Road America for an hour. These guys' arms might fall off. Probably going to have some blisters. So definitely make sure you tune in for that. Pan Am Racing GT3 Sprint Series in round 4, October 18th. And I am your host, Fry, known by many names, as I sort of name myself and with others. Mr. Picks for helping me get through this today as a team. We just able to bring it to you. Eton, always mucho thanks for helping us always put on a great show for all our racing fans. Always join us at GTCtv. Always stuff we got going on. Subscribe, like, share. Check us out, Pan Am Racing on Discord, GT Champions Discord, everybody. All right, that is all for us tonight. Join us on October 18th in about 2 weeks for our Pan Am Series. Check us out on all our Discords, GT Champions Social. That's all I got for you guys today. Also check out SimGrid. The link is below on the webpage for YouTube And we will see you guys in about 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a 5th grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTCtv and let us help you show the world your events.